All right, sorry about it. We're cheap and we don't have a good camera. So I'm Jason. This is Jeremy,
Hi.
and we really wanted to kind of talk about some of the pros and cons we found about living in our 1952 vintage travel trailer slash tiny house. Um, we made a list here so we didn't look too stupid on camera. Um, One of the biggest pros is that we get to live here. We found we really do like our house, and it's really a nice place to live. We've really grown to like it. Um, on the same note, you probably hear Crystal crying in the background. She wants out here. One of the cons we found was everything is specialty. You can't go to Home Depot and buy a part. We've even gone to Advanced Auto Parts to fix a plumbing problem. It took us probably 2 days to fix our toilet leak when we moved in. That was not fun at all. We don't want to do that again. Um, it's just they don't sell it anymore. You just can't go to the store and buy it, and that's probably one of the things to think about is if you're not going to rip the entire house apart and rebuild it, and that was not our goal. We wanted what we found, and we really liked it. I mean, we have everything is original that was here that we were able to save. We did. So if you have to fix it, it's just a little bit more trouble. Go to Ace. Don't go to Home Depot. One of the pros is that it's very well built. It'll be 65 years old next year, and knock on trailer, it hasn't tipped over in any storms um, that we know of, and it's been real sturdy. We haven't been in a storm yet that's shaken the house or even felt it move. Part of it may be this big addition added onto it here that really kind of makes the house almost 20 feet wide, and this is on a concrete foundation, but still the house is really well built. Um, One of the cons is we found it's so hard to insure. No one insures this, so even our normal insurer wouldn't insure this, and we had to go find another insurance company. And really, we just got renter's insurance on it because we couldn't find someone to actually insure the structure, the contents within it. So what it is, we insured our contents, I believe, for $30,000. So if it burns down, that would at least give us enough to get something started again. Don't don't burn down. You haven't done that in 65 years either. One of the other pros is that this old house is a very well organized floor plan. When they built these mobile homes, they were really thinking about how to get a family in here because that's what they were marketing towards. Is this is a two-bedroom house at 483 square feet, and they're really thinking about marketing towards a family. And so things like our built-in dressers and closets and a lot of storage. They skimped on the bathroom a lot.
Yes, they did.
They just you fit in there, and when you sit on the toilet, you can rest your head on the sink. But it really made the living room big and the kitchen big. When we can sit six people in our living room very comfortably, our kitchen's 10 by 10, so we're really grateful about that. Um, let's see, what else do we have here? It's hard to heat and cool. That's another con that we found. It's a lot harder to heat than it is to cool, which is odd being in Texas. It's really easy to cool it. I mean, we have 4 window units, one in each area of the house, and they do a very good job cooling it. But it is very hard to heat in the wintertime.
Yeah, our winter electric bills are almost double what our summer ones are, which is very weird for Texas.
Yeah, it's of course that doesn't help when we go crazy for Christmas, so we don't really know what our true heating bill is. We know in December it's going to be almost $300 because we really decorate for Christmas. Another con is, and it's probably a con living just in Texas in general, but especially in a mobile home, is you're always on top of the weather. You always have to look out for is that storm coming, is a tornado coming. So far we've been really good, but you always have to look out for that in Texas. Let's see, what else do we have here? One of the pros is there's a lot of unique touches in the house. There's a lot of things that were very handmade. Even on some of the cabinets, the original markings and sizes are still in there, like in our kitchen pantry. I think it says which way to install that piece of wood or something. So it was definitely not something that was just mass produced and thrown in here. It's something that was handwritten. So we just things like that we really enjoy. This particular house, because it has this addition added onto it, we have a lot of outdoor space we can use. This is about 10 by 18, and here the part we use for sitting, the room we're in right now. And then behind this walls, the storage that I showed you in previous videos. If we open this up, it'd be probably about 10 by 30. We could have an extra space, but we don't really need that back there. We've screened this in, and without this, we'd probably go stir crazy. This is one of the last projects we did, and God, we really hated this room until then. It was just like, you know, that ugly room you walk into to get to the house that always smells like mold? Yeah. So we really fixed it up and done a lot of good things in here. One of the things to consider about moving into a small house, though, is that you're always going to, not always, but you're going to come across the point where sometimes you just say, I wish it was bigger. My God, I wish it was bigger. That lasts for about 10 seconds, and you find a project to do to make something work a little bit better or be a little bit more organized. And we've been here a year and a half now, and we're still in the process of putting things together, getting things more organized. So it's just been a challenge. So that's just some of what we come up with. It's what we found as pros and cons. I guess the biggest pro about living in any small space is that it is usually cheap to fix. You know, it doesn't cost a lot because there's just not a lot to do. But as I said, if you're going to get an old trailer, whether it be a travel trailer or an old mobile home like this one, you just really have to consider uh, how you're going to fix it and are the parts available still. Always check the floor. We had ours checked for termites, and the joists underneath this house are really, really good. They're solid 2x8s, which we found is kind of a shock on a house like this. Check the roof. We found out the hard way ours leaked in a certain area. We lived here for about 3 months and it didn't leak. And then one rainstorm was just, you know, it just leaked all over Jeremy's bed in the middle of the night. So we went to Ace and they gave us this goop. So it's just little things like that. Check your structure. If the frame and the foundation's good on the house, there's really not much that goes wrong with these old mobile homes. There's just not much to the construction. All right. Well, thank you all so much.